Welcome back. You're still tuned into Trading Hour on CNBC-TV18. Well, the Defence Acquisition Council has cleared acquisition proposals worth over 84,000 crore rupees with procurement worth 82,000 crore rupees to be completed through indigenous sources. Acquisitions include light tanks, naval anti-ship missiles and offshore patrol vehicles. To discuss this and what the opportunity size is, Jayant D Patil, who is the whole-time Director and Senior Vice President at L&T Defence Business, is joining us now. Mr. Patil, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, from the entire basket and the acquisition and the proposals that the ministry has made, what is the opportunity for you? Which are the products that L&T Defence can participate in, and what is the proportion from this entire amount that you're looking at?
What we understand is the 24 proposals which the Defence Acquisition Council has cleared yesterday, and of those, about 10 proposals is where L&T would be actually making a bid. A lot of these have been something which the company has been working on, because acceptance of necessity happens at a stage when you already knew, because there's a process of RFI before this, and the ministry actually talks, the armed forces talk to industry. And during this process of RFI, all of us actually know what is likely to be happening, and at that some point in time, there's this acquisition case that gets cleared as a part of the AON. Now, as we see, 97% is in the indigenous basket. So the first comment I probably would want to make is the government is walking its talk in terms of Atmanirbhar. This is essentially where out of the 100, which they decided to clear for the acquisition in yesterday's meeting, 97 plus is for indigenous industry.
So you said a total of 10 acquisition proposals is which you will be bidding for. Can you tell us what is the quantity? I mean, can you just define the quantum of those orders?
I would say that except for the hard weapons, bulk of the other major platform projects, and when I say platform projects, it obviously means the FICV, it means the light tank, it means the the mounted guns, which are the three very, very large projects. So in case of Navy, there are few major projects which are actually at that point on the time in stage, including the vessels for the Coast Guard, the OPVs that we are hearing about, the new generation OPVs. We certainly are going to be doing that. The multi-purpose vessels, which essentially have been cleared, is for the Navy. We'll be bidding for that because we already have a contract under execution for existing multi-purpose vessels. So for L&T, it's an existing design. So is the case with some of the Air Force programs, and that's essentially where we already had, at some point in time in the acquisition chain, this was a formal clearance for the high power radars, which obviously we expect an order soon.
Okay. You're also saying that, okay, like you are going to be looking at 10 to 12 of these proposals. Can you tell us with this, what should your overall order book look like in the next year? If you can give us any kind of estimate on that. And also these projects that you're talking about, do you have any indication of what the timeline for these could look like, the execution timeline?
See, from the AON till the point in time we begin the delivery, that's when we start having the hard revenues in the order book.
Yes.
I mean, while the orders can come typically about 2 years from this date. What we see essentially is typically 3 to 4 years from today. And this is where the commitment of the government that, yes, we will make the budget available when this program happens. And that's the importance of the acceptance of necessity. So we can't really count big numbers in the revenues, at least for 3 to 4 years. And that's when it actually becomes into real numbers.
No, we do get that point that it's very difficult to tell us what kind of revenues you'll be getting it since the timeline is around 3 to 4 years. Can you tell us if more investments will be needed here in order to get this project going? And for that investment that you're making, any potential returns, maybe the asset turnover, or what kind of addition or opportunity will it bring in?
In fact, in case of L&T, we're the first company that invested 8,000 crores in 7 defense factories. So in my case, the investment is in place. What we put in place is actually going to be utilized as these orders start coming in. Because as I said, this is a business which is in pipeline. defense is a business, you start taking your early actions 5 years ahead of actually seeing the revenue and profits.
Okay.
And that's essentially where our investments are in place, our technologies are in place, our product development has already moved on, and we'll obviously be moving ahead.
So
we expect very soon, next about a year or so, we expect very sizable amount of order inflows to start beginning out of these proposals.
Okay, so sir, Mr. Patil, so you're saying that for these proposals that you've just explained, it's a 3 to 4 year execution timeline that you're looking at, right?
Absolutely.
All right, got that. Apart from the proposals that you spoke about, are there any incremental orders coming in from the government of India with respect to defense? Not just something that you could be interested in, but for the industry as a whole?
For the industry as a whole, there's a lot which is happening currently, because acceptance necessity is one of those stages when things start happening. We do see multiple tank programs under development. 2 of them have been cleared yesterday. There's one more program which is going to be happening. In case of warships and submarines, we know that there are multiple very, very large programs which are there in pipeline right now. And we'll be seeing them coming to the AON, especially on the warship side of multiple of them. There will be frigates, there will be destroyers, there will be an aircraft carrier which will come on some point in time, maybe 2-3 years ahead. But it's a huge, robust pipeline we see coming in terms of time. The submarine program is very much on cards. It's right now under bidding stages. So we see large opportunity even on that side. On the Air Force side, we see something similar. Now, all of us as players in the industry, it's not just for Larsen to Grow, whole lot of us will benefit very largely, because current acquisition which the government is doing from the Indian industry is about 88,000 crores per year. This used to be a small number, close to about 35,000 just 5 years back. So we see a substantial enhancement over last 5 years, and we see these numbers growing typically at about 12 to 14% CAGR going forward. So the numbers we do see by 25-26 reaching somewhere close to 1.6 lakh crores.
Okay. All right, Mr. Patil, it was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for joining us and breaking this acquisition order of proposals that have been given by the Defence Ministry. So they are expecting 10 proposals to benefit the company with an execution period of around 3 to 4 years. Time for a short break now. Tata Communications is in focus as the company acquires managed services provider Switch Enterprises. We'll be joined by the management on the other side. Stay tuned.